Hi everyone, I'm Steve. I'm a security researcher at lumia.security, and today I want to talk about OpenClaw. I'm sure everyone knows what it is, and you can see on my screen here I have it all set up here, and it's an amazing productivity tool with major connections and has tons of skills. And I'm not here to just, um, speak a lot about OpenClaw and how and what it is. Just for demonstration purposes, we can tell it to create a new GitHub repository. But it's just a productivity tool and it's amazing. It's like the AI agent we dreamed of because it's not just for developers, it's not just for the tech savvy guys. It's pretty simple to install. Um, and it and everyone can use it, and it's like the assistant that we always wanted. But the main issue with this is that for the average employee or the tech savvy employee or user, it's an amazing tool. But from a CISO perspective, it's it can be a liability because if you have like tech savvy employees in your organization, suddenly they want to use OpenClaw because it's an amazing tool. But they on the other hand, now you suddenly have like a ton of little AI gremlins in your network just running around that might have production access, that might have access to company secrets, might have access to customer information, and we don't really want that. That's a security issue, it's a liability, and it's mainly ungoverned. And this is what I wanted to discuss about today, because now we have here OpenClaw, but how can we manage it and govern it in a way that both satisfies employees so that they are happy they can use the new agent and be more productive and more effective? On the other hand, keep it safe and secure or keep our network safe and secure from it. So to do that, I want to discuss OpenClaw architecture. At the basic of it, we have the gateway, which is what we just saw with the chat, with the UI and everything. This is the main brain of OpenClaw. It's what keeps running commands. It's what manages the tasks, the skills, the configuration, everything. But at the end of the day, it's a glorified AI wrapper or LLM wrapper because it doesn't work on its own. It has to be configured to some sort of LLM provider. It can run on a local LLM setup, or like in most implementations, you just connect it to OpenAI, to Anthropic, to whatever model you want, and with an API, and then just use that. So at the end of the day, it's just a wrapper for an LLM. Of course, it has the web UI, which we just saw. It has a ton of connectors, and I think this is what's really novel about OpenClaw is the easy setup you can have to just connect to it from anywhere, set it commands. And it also has nodes. And a node is like an extension that you can install on more machines, on more endpoints that connect to the main gateway and act like an extension of it with a sub agent or more agents with more access to the UI. You can install it on a phone, for example, and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. At the end of the day, you don't want anything of this running your organization. Um, so the next point to discuss is basically where it can meet you in your networks, in your organizations. So let's say the first example is an employee that's created, installed their own OpenClaw framework, some or their machines, and then just have their Telegram installed on the work laptop, and they just chat with it from there. In this case, it's not a liability. It's not on our systems. It's just a traffic. We don't want to interfere in Telegram traffic or WhatsApp traffic because it's an invasion of privacy. But it also doesn't really, we don't really care about it. We can't be bothered about it because it's not in our network. The next setup that you might see is if you install OpenClaw somewhere in your organization, or if someone else, any other employee in the organization. In this case, we'll probably have some sort of visibility or the ability to govern any part of the set of that architecture, the gateway, the nodes, the web UI. This is going to be in your network. This is where the liability comes in. But on the other hand, because the main brain of OpenClaw is in the network, it also means it can be governed more effectively. And the worst case scenario, in my opinion, is if an employee somehow maliciously or unmaliciously installed OpenClaw as a node on a work machine, and that communicates with an unknown gateway. This is like the worst case scenario because now you have a work machine enslaved to an outside gateway or OpenClaw installation that you have no access to. You can manage it, you can check it, and that's probably the doomsday scenario in our case. Luckily, because everything is on the network, we have a lot of choke points where we can apply visibility to see what exactly is happening. Because at the end of the day, the nodes have to communicate with the gateway, and it's over a WebSocket, so we can do some sort of man-in-the-middle traffic inspection and find it. We can potentially, if it's in the, also can see traffic between the web UI and the gateway, which is also over a WebSocket. And at the end of the day, if the gateway is installed in our network, we should have visibility between it and the LLM provider. And that's the main brain and butter of the operation. And if we can intervene there, then we can basically control what the agent does and manage it more effectively. And remember the prompt I sent before? Well, there it is in Lumia. Create a GitHub repo code tests, and then we have their actions. Why is it OpenAI API? Because like I said, it's just a glorified LLM wrapper. Thank you.